Hello all you YouTubers. I just wanted to post up another video real quick, tutorial on Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop Elements 08. So a lot of people were asking me how I got a lot of the effects on a bunch of these, such as, see if I can find it here, this one. It's just a combination of various effects actually, and then I have made some that look like paintings and whatnot, so it just sort of depends on what you want to do. So first off, I'm going to show you how to do the paintings one, just make it look like say a watercolor painting, and show you how to touch it up and whatnot. So what you gotta do, you gotta get sort of a, obviously not Master Chief would not look good as like a watercolor painting, so something like this would be, you know, the good sort of thing. And then what you want to do is you want to go over here and you're going to look for artistic, which is right there, and you're going to look for watercolor. There's a bunch of different things. Obviously you can see that I believe watercolor is here. Just a second, I can't find it. There it is. You take that, you're going to drag it over here, let it go, and since that's in another menu too, it'll pop up with a different screen in a second. Sorry, my computer's been sort of slow today. And also, seeing as you can't see any of it, really, you're going to want to zoomed out. You're going to hit fit in view, and there you go. Obviously, you can see it's a little different, so you're going to want to change the brush detail and change the texture because, you know, it looks kind of crappy like that. So I'll give it a second again, and you'll see it'll change. You can see it'll change different things, and that'll be good. Shadow intensity, don't really want any shadows, so you can see that looks really nice. You want to hit OK. It'll go back to your original screen, and you'll have that in there. Then if you want to add other stuff, I like a lot of brush strokes, so what I did too is I took another one of these. We just sort of accented edges, I believe it was. Drag that in there, and then again wait for the thing to pop up, and again you're going to want to fit in view. And since that looks kind of stupid, again you want to turn the edge brightness way down. Not that down, obviously, not that much down, I'm sorry. Something like that. I like this. So then again I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And then that's sort of your watercolor painting sort of thing. You can also do other stuff where you can mess with like the clouds even, and also you can add different sorts of stuff, as you can see over here in the right hand panel. There was another one too, render I believe it was. Yeah, okay, here's another cool one that I really liked. You can move like the sun. You can add a sun in the corner if you really want to, and put different things. You'll see once I put this in, if I do that, you'll see it'll pop up and there'll be little marks, kind of streak marks on it, like the sun's shining straight down at you. So I think that makes it look really cool, especially if you've brightened it up like I have. So I think that makes it look pretty awesome. And then so there's that, and then also if you want to touch it up, if you say want to make the clouds a little bit darker, you're going to want to go ahead and find the burn tool. Sorry, not the blur tool. Not quite sure where it is, hold on. No. It's going to be... where is it? Oh, there it is, burn tool. Okay. So you're going to take that, you're going to have like a big little thing, and you can see it darkens everything around it, so you can make the skies a little darker, the clouds a little bit darker. So you can do stuff like this, and you can also, if you want, I believe it works on it doesn't work on the sun, annoyingly, but you can make all the clouds darker, like you can make them look like storm clouds, sorta, if you really wanted to, which doesn't really fit the scene, but you get the point. So I'm just gonna put that down real quick and show you some other stuff you can do just for fun. Some of the stuff I like, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but here, this picture of Stewie from Family Guy. I'm sure you guys all know who that is. What I did, I liked to put stylize, I believe it was, and add this. I thought this made it look really awesome. You're not gonna be able to see the whole picture. Again, you're gonna have to go to fit on view, but it made him look just sort of cartoonish. I don't know, he is a cartoon, but I don't know, it just makes it look like neon almost, which I found really awesome, so I'm just gonna press OK. And then, like what I did with Master Chief, I did this. Sorry, not that. Yeah, here it is, this one. I did this one. You can change the number of tiles. Obviously, I'm just gonna stick with 4 for now. Hit OK, and it'll break it up. And again, you can still use the burn tool and everything if you, for some reason, want to make his eyes darker for whatever reason. So there's that sort of stuff, and I don't like that, so I'm just gonna close it. I'm not gonna save that. So there's just a couple of the easier things you can do. Another thing I wanted to do is show you how to kind of take different parts of different things, I guess, different pictures, and kind of put them together, which I know a lot of people were asking me how to do. So for example, I'm going to take Stewie and mix him with Master Chief, so it's going to look really weird, but you'll get the point. Find my picture Master Chief, here we go. And you'll see it what you're going to want to do. You're going to want File, you're going to want New, Blank File, and just hit OK. Then you're going to want to take it, and you're going to want to drag it until you see this little blue liner on the edge. You're going to want to drop it. Okay, and then you're going to want to take this little magic wand here and select the stuff you want to copy. I'm sorry for the computer lag. And then so you go do that, and then you can just go ahead, since I believe I have all of his head, you just kind of take it and drag it over here. And don't worry, it's not going to screw up your picture, so don't worry about that. And just put that stuff down for now. And you can move this around. You're going to see there's a little indent from his gun I'm not going to be able to get rid of, but you get the point. And then you do the same thing with Master Chief, but of course it is sort of annoying because the thing wants to pick up on lines, and there is a lot of lines on Master Chief, so I'm just going to actually add his head and a little bit of his body too, and do the same thing. Take it, drag it over. Again, it's not going to ruin your picture, so don't worry about it. Just make like a little collage. You can combine them together, like I can put this from him in the middle of his face or anything I want to do. So yeah, that's how you do that. And then since I don't really like these, I just gonna close it. No, that was just to show you guys. And then I'm just gonna close this picture. Again, it does not do anything to ruin your picture, so don't worry about it. Another thing I found, too, textures, which I think is pretty awesome, is this one. You drag it. Sorry, in a second, it's going to load the second page now. And this sort of makes it, if you do it right, sort of makes it, see that, way too big. But if you do it right, you can sort of make it look like it's a watercolor on canvas, which I think is pretty awesome. You can make it different sizes. You can make it really small so you can barely see it, or in between. I like it something like that. And then you can put invert too. I mean, that really doesn't do anything on this setting, but this texture, this burlap, so you can get different sort of textures, whatever you want. Bricks, sandstone, you know, the whole shebang. Canvas is my favorite just because it makes it look like a canvas painting. So there's that. And so there's that whole thing. And that is basically the basic tutorial of Photoshop Elements Editor 2008. Thank you very much.